Hey, what's a happening? So Uncle Will's pulling the mad scientist shit. What's that got to do with anything? That car's got an ELDL. That would disconnect that battery as soon as it got wet. I don't care fucking what you goddamn idiots think. I forgot more about that automobile when I took a shit this morning. And what reason on this earth would somebody have to fabricate such an intricate part if it doesn't exist? I mean, how damn dumb can you be, right? And OG Ghost, you're living in some kind of an alternative universe. Because the truth is, Crack Squad's been a bunch of despicable pigs. After Ryan Upchurch was a despicable pig. And Psychobabble has been on the side of right from day one. There ain't been nobody trolled by me that didn't come, write the check, and cash it. Wasn't but one person doxed by me, and that's the son of a bitch that doxed me, right? Remember, OG Ghost, remember? Because everybody else does. You're the only one that don't. Remember that? Yeah. So save it. Nobody's buying that story anymore, dude. You've wore it out. People just look at you like a pathetic child the instant you type it. You just look like a pathetic child. No, there's nothing in my past I'm ashamed of. No, there's absolutely not a single sex crime in my past. No, there's not a single foreclosure in my past. No, there's not a single bounce check in my past. No, I don't have a truck with a bad transmission. So save it. It's just, you guys have wore it out. It's a joke. Everybody knows if you had any proof of such, you would have done posted it by now. You guys know that my background says the exact thing that I told my audience a month and a half ago. You guys know that, and that's why you haven't posted it, because you'd look like lying idiots if you posted it, right? That's why you haven't posted it, right, OG? Right? That's why you haven't posted it? Yeah, we know. You just sound like an imbecile. Now, there's a second video that surfaced of the car from another angle. And the car clearly barrel rolls. And the nice thing about it, now, this is how stupid, and I do mean damn dumb, anybody that's denying this is an accident now has the mind of a child, and they can't possibly have a very high IQ. It's be impossible. You can't watch a video of a car go in the water at the exact time it was suspected that she went missing, at the exact place, at the exact time of night, at the exact time her cell phone stopped pinging. What you imbeciles think that's a coincidence? That her cell phone quit pinging the instant we saw the headlights disappear on that car? You know, the second camera and the first camera both have clocks on them. One of them's in military time. The other one's in standard Western time. Okay. And they both match up. And the ping of her cell phone quits 7 seconds later. When you see them headlights go out, thanks to the ELDL that shut everything off instantly, 7 seconds later, her cell phone sends its last ping. And you guys still want to deny it. You still want to deny it. Now, if you look at the thumbnail on tonight's video, you can clearly see the roof of the car smashed in. You can go back to the adventure or go back to any of the videos where they're showing them tow the car out of the water, and you can clearly see the roof smashed in. And if you don't see it, then you're being willfully ignorant, like that guy was yesterday, being willfully ignorant about the ELDL. See, here I am, master technician, retired Honda service manager, and I tell him the car's quit with an ELDL, and he willfully decided to stay stupid about that and deny it. Well, then he can just stay stupid, right? Just be dumb all his life. Never know anything new. Just believe in his own theories and his own shit in his head that's never supported by any facts. And, you know, where's that going to get you in life? Not very far. You can bet on that. You know, how the hell do you learn something if all you want to do is protect your own stupid opinions? It's ridiculous. absolutely ridiculous. And that car clearly does exactly what would be likely, right? All the kids are leaving. She's leaving. They turn right. She turns left. 13 seconds later, she's on the bottom of the lake. Just like that. The next car came to the intersection and turned, and they wouldn't have seen her because when they looked left, she was already gone, already under the water. Cops are dummies. They're just bumbling fools. They don't know how to work a sonar. They don't know much about searching for people, and they just flat out missed the car. And even Doug with Adventures with Purpose said that would have been a tough find for anybody because it's a newer car, a lot of plastic on it, and it was upside down. So you had the plastic bumpers and the plastic, the rubber tires affecting the radar bounce. And so all it looked like was just like a little dark shadow. You couldn't really make nothing out until he used to the other guy that thinks fishermen have the same equipment. Can you believe there's a nut out here arguing that a fisherman can go to, Walmart and get the same sonar that Adventures with Purpose has got? No, they can't. See, if you educated yourself and you watched Adventures with Purpose for a minute, you'd find out they are beta testers for that equipment. Nobody has that but them. Garmin made that exclusively for them. No fisherman has that, buddy. That's a brand new toy. No one else has it. It's a sonar that works like a flashlight. So if you can just picture, shining a light in the dark that has a very focused, narrow beam. You're not going to see anything till that beam hits it, right? So it's pitch black. Same thing with that sonar. And he can shine that sonar on and focus it on stuff. So the nice thing you can do, and if you watch the video and he's sweeping back and forth, he can catch a glimpse of a car part and then start working his way and build the picture where he just showed an entire tire. And you could see it plain as day. I mean, just looked like a picture of a car's wheel. And it was being shined on like it was being shined on with a flashlight. And that was the sonar image of that new technology that no fisherman has, buddy. And the police didn't have it either. Adventures with Purpose are the only people on planet Earth that have that. It's the only one of its kind. It's not in production yet. It's a beta piece of equipment designed by Garmin for Adventures with Purpose. Now, I'm sure the day will come when it's a retail item, but it isn't quite yet, buddy. So you got to clear them thoughts out of your head. You got to quit building your own false facts and start believing in real facts. Strap hanging out the back, cars, goddamn pull strap for the lift gate. Plain and simple. It's nothing else. That's all it is. And to the guy that was in here last night, you're wrong. You're wrong. The driver's side mirror on that car is knocked loose. But see, you don't understand something. You're looking at something incorrectly. The car is sitting on its roof. So that mirror is knocked off its mounts, but the wire is just sort of parking it there. And the bottom of the ocean or the bottom of the lake. So the car's upside down and that mirror is just dangling off the edge of that door. And there's like a little bit of seaweed and goo build up right there. And that mirror is sitting on it with the wire hooked to it. When they bring the car up out of the water and flip it on its roof, that mirror is dangling by the wire. The first thing that Nick says, the very first thing that Nick says when he gets to the car in his scuba gear is the windows broke out. First thing he said, window broke out. Guess where the glass to that window was? 2 feet from the shore. 2 feet from the shore because the car barrel rolled. And if we watch the new video that came out today, and it's on Gary Hughes Adventures, or Gary Hughes Investigates. Gary Hughes Investigates. I'm not going to play his content. You guys need to go there and watch it. He put a lot of work into it, and he deserves the views. But Gary Hughes Investigates, and you will see the new video, And if you can't see that car barrel roll, you're just being willfully ignorant. You're just wanting it not to be. Instead of just opening your mind and watching, you're putting a mental block up and saying, I do not want PBR to be right. And that's just dumb because I'm right. And you might as well accept it. Tragic accident. So it was. All this brouhaha, all this nonsense, all this blame and all this slander and all this tearing grieving parents apart and dragging high school kids, all you crackheads, every one of you crackheads thinking you can investigate a crime from your keyboard, got it wrong. Big time wrong. Tragic accident. That's all it was. Got to come to grips with it, kids. You got to let it go, man. It is what it is. You got to want to digest the facts, own the facts, and operate in Realville. I mean, operate in Realville, where the facts live and reality lives, and everything's real, and we can back it up with facts, and we can back it up with our eyes, and watch a video and watch it happen, and all that stuff, and then instead of sounding like you're really, really, really dumb all the time. I mean, Crack Squad, aren't you tired of sounding dumb all the time and just being wrong all the time? Wouldn't you just like to be right once? And if you throw away these bullshit theories you built in your head and absorb the facts of this case, you can speak and you'll be right. You'll be 100% right. And you'll find out it'll actually feel good to be confident and know you're right, instead of just blurting out some wild speculation that's so far-fetched a toddler would lose interest. This is ridiculous. I would like to hear one of these video deniers explain, if that's not Kiely's car going in the water, what the hell is it on the same night of the party at the exact same time her cell phone quit pinging? What do you suppose it is if that ain't her car? Good grief, man. How we doing? Hey. I think you're muted. Okay, well, just come back and you should go. Yeah. How we doing there? Yeah, having a good old shoe, Britt says. How's things going over there in Panksville? You don't think it's an accident, but I'm grown, so I can agree to disagree. Okay, well, you're denying facts. That's all you're doing. You're just rejecting facts to hold on to your false belief at this point. There's a video of the car going in the water that you can clearly see. and their cell phone quits at the same time. And we found the car right there, right where it went in. So I don't know how do you deny that? Give me your theory. I want to hear it. What is that you see on that video then? Just, jeepers, man. Come on. You got to give it up, guys. Why do you guys want this to be a conspiracy so bad? I don't understand. You want it to be a conspiracy so bad that you're willing to just reject all the facts in the case so you can pretend it's a conspiracy, because that's what you're doing. You're pretending. You're ignoring facts and pretending it's something it's not. It just don't make sense to me why anybody'd want to do that. I don't know. Seems weird, man. Man, so angry all the time. No, I'm not. Do I seem angry to you? You ain't seen me angry, dude. You have no idea what anger is. You don't even know. Jesus. So angry all the time. Oh, we're victims now. The Crack Squad's victims now. The big bad baby or him up. Jesus. God, you guys are babies. You get one tiny little bit of your own shit back, and you've been crying for 3 days. Yeah, no doubt. I agree with you, Deb. I know. It's like, okay, let's go with this wild theory. Why? What was the point? What's the motive? What's the motive? What's the motive for about 80 people to engage in a big, huge conspiracy about a missing girl that's like a nobody? Nobody hardly knew her. The family's like nobody. Nobody hardly knew them. What's it all for if it's a conspiracy? It's like, why? Why go through all that trouble to drown some kid nobody knows? I don't get it, man. Just when your conspiracy don't make sense, you got to let it go, because your conspiracy has to make sense. It can't just be all for nothing. You know, all those people work so hard to keep this secret and pull off this big, huge conspiracy. Well, there would have to be some kind of a payoff or a reason or a motive or something, some incentive. Let's go find a girl nobody knows, from a family nobody knows, from a town nobody ever heard of, and drown her. Yeah. Hey, can you guys keep a secret? Come on, let's go do it, man. You know any YouTubers be willing to help? I would tell you. I could tell you, and you just reject it and refuse to believe it. But I'll tell you. The kid that found the laptop, he picks it up and holds it in his hand. It's 2 feet off the damn shore, right where the water went in, 6 feet from where the laptop was. But you won't believe it. You'll just refuse it, because it don't support the theory you made up in your head with no evidence to support it at all. You've made up a theory in your head that has no evidence to support it. And then you're going, no, get them facts away from me. No, that can't be a video of the car. It can't be. Okay. Ask yourself. Go stand in front of the mirror and look in it and say, Britt, if that's not Kiely's car going in the water on that video, right at the same time her cell phone stopped pinging, right at the same time eyewitnesses said there was a mass exodus of the party, right at the same time nobody saw her again, right in the same spot where the car was found, then what was it? What was it that we saw on that video? And if that video was fake, what would be the motive for that? What would be the motive for the National Forestry Service to fake a video 2 months later? I don't know, man. You got to ask yourself the right questions, man.
What's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
Busy day today?
Oh, yeah. I stayed pretty busy. Old Nathan says, personally, I'm not ready to say it was an accident. I feel like she overdosed on an accident. Oh, my. So who would have drove her car into the water? Because if anybody would have been in that car, Nathan, they would have perished with her. The car flipped and sunk in 10 seconds. Kaplash, bang, gone on the bottom. Just like that. It came down the road. It never slowed down. It turned left. It zigged right. It zigged left again. Came to the Y. Turned left instead of right like the other cars. Went 30 mile an hour straight into the water. But it couldn't have been a brick on the gas pedal or something. How would it steer itself? How would it know to stop at the stop sign?
These people.
Give it up, man. Come on. That is a video of her car going in the water the exact second the cell phone stops pinging. And go watch it and quit lying to yourself and pretending you're not seeing what you're seeing. You see the damn headlights and you see the car barrel roll off that 45-degree bank, water ski on its top, and sink. Someone picked up the phone, put it in a bag of rice, sold it for money, or the cops have it. Oh, for God's sakes, dude. Oh. God.
Some of them comments are stupid.
My God, man. Hey, you guys, I was part of a bank heist in 1973, and I have $14 million stashed in a safety deposit box in Nigeria. And if you'll give me your bank account routing number, so I can transfer it into your account to get it here in the United States, I'll let you keep 10% of it. So just go ahead and email me your bank info if you would. And I'll transfer the money into your account, and then you can keep 10%. Okay? That's just between us though. Right? You believe it? That's $1 billion a year scam.
I get them calls all the
Nigeria
time.
makes $1 billion a year from just that one scam. Isn't that something? That many people fall for
Crazy.
it.
I get them all the time. They call me like 24/7.
Yeah. But I mean, crack squad's the type of people that are falling for that and sending them their bank
Yes.
info. They just get caught up in the hype of, oh God, I'm going to get a bunch of money, and they don't think. Oh, here we go. Play the video and do the math off the timeline and distance traveled. The speed was 13 mile an hour. Even Hughes agreed. Well, so? Okay, 13 mile an hour. Now what? What's that change? What does that change?
Didn't they go down?
Does that mean it's not the car and that wasn't her in it and she didn't perish right then and there? What does it mean? Looked to me like she was going the normal speed of any road all the other cars were going. That's what it looked to me like. So now, how did you figure 13 mile an hour when the car went around 2 S curves and stopped once? But where'd that come from? How'd you do that? You guys are fucking guessing. You don't know for sure. I'm guessing between 20 and 30. You want to say 13? Fine. It changes nothing. You're still going to roll over on a 45-degree bank if you're headed down and out of angle and you jerk the wheel to the left in an SUV. Fucking SUV will roll on flat level ground if you do that, let alone off center by 45 degrees. Hell, that damn thing would have rolled no matter what. You couldn't have prevented it from rolling, going down a bank that steep sideways. How would you ever stop it from rolling? Hell yes, it's going to roll. There's no way it couldn't have.
I was about to say, it went down a bank, an incline, so the speed doubles.
Yeah, that bank's like this.
It's like 45.
The last 8 feet, it's like you got flat level ground where the lake used to be, okay? The lake's down like between 4 and 5 feet, right? Well, that distance that the lake is down, that's a steep ass, just steep. And she came like this. The road took her like this. She was headed like this. And the minute she saw water, she jerked that wheel. And when she did, it just flipped. And you can see it just sort of ski on its top and sink. That's why it went out so far. What makes you think it would have went out that far if it would have just been on its wheels instead of a smooth top? That smooth top acted like a wakeboard. It skied out 20 feet. Now, if you to your 13 mile an hour would contradict yourself, because if the car was only going 13 miles an hour and it stayed wheels up, how did it end up out 20 feet? What was the momentum that pushed it out that far? Because remember, it was 25 feet off the bank, right? That's where they found it. So how did it get 25 feet out there if it was only going 13 mile an hour and it was still on its wheels? I'd like all you experts explain that to me. That damn top was like a wakeboard. When it flipped, it skied on the goddamn top. And as soon as it lost momentum, it sank. As soon as it quit moving, it went down. So I don't know. That's what I'm seeing on the video. You guys see what you want, I guess. I watched it a lot of times, back and forth, slow, zoomed in, zoomed out, watched the other video, looked at the damage on the car. It all lines up. Mirror broke, window broke out, roof mashed in. How'd the roof get mashed in? And don't tell me from it laying on the bottom, because why didn't the roof rack all tore up? It's got 2 roof racks on it, ain't even broke or anything. So, those cars got a very rigid roof. It's made like a roll cage. And just settling down on the bottom, on its top from sinking, probably wouldn't even have scratched it hardly. And it's mashed in all the way across above the windshield, pretty extensively. And it's not smashed evenly. It's smashed just on the top corner, and that's it. Go look, I guess. I don't know. I could show you, and you'd all close your eyes and stick your fingers in your ear and go, nah, 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 not so, not so. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it. No, 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 no. That's what you would do. That's what you already do. It's what you do looking at this video. Not so, not so, Well, here's another video. Not so, not so, Oh, well, here's a pull strap on the lift gate. That's what was hanging. No. Well, that car's equipped with an ELDL. It would shut the battery. No. When's it in?
It never ends.
I mean, sorry I got to be so harsh, but I mean, the truth's the truth. You're just refusing to believe the facts. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't understand why you guys want it to be something that's not so bad. Is it to prove Ryan Upchurch right? Is that the whole point? You want to protect Ryan's story? Is that what this is all about? Because Ryan's story was the most far-fetched, nonsense, unbelievable, crazy talk ever created, right? Just nutso stuff. Not one smidgen of it was true. Not one thing.
Yeah, he kind of took it a little too far.
Yeah. When he put them damn pictures up side by side of Kiely's grandfather, okay, and that Kiely girl's dad, and said they were the same person, go back and watch that video again. There isn't even the remotest similarity between those two people. There's nothing about them similar. They're 2 completely different looking people, completely different size, completely different hair, completely different shaped nose, eyes, chin. Just, I don't know how he ever thought that. Well, I do, because he was tripping, but says, look at what these Francis Henley says, look at what these YouTubers have done to the family, the police, and anyone else that doesn't fit Upchurch's madness. I know, it's sad. I'm sure they're keeping things away from the public on purpose now. Yep. And, see, that's the thing. The police have talked to people that you lunatics don't even know about. They've talked to eyewitnesses you lunatics don't even know about. They've interviewed kids that were at that party you lunatics don't know nothing about. And why, if you can convict Sammy from your keyboard, how's come the police can't find a smidgen of evidence on her, and they're there talking to everybody? You ever ask yourself that question? Oh, the police want to cover up for Sammy. Okay. That's right. Police want to cover up for Sammy. Okay, why? Why would they? Who's she? But why would the police cover up for her? You see, I mean, your theories have holes in them. Big, huge fucking holes. Mainly a motive. I could see if it was a movie star, a rich kid, a politician's kid, but just some kid nobody knows. Parents nobody know. Town nobody ever heard of. What's the point in all this if it wasn't just a tragic accident? And the stupid notion, the one that gets me, The one that really, you just look at it and you go, how in the world do you ever come up thinking like this, is the stupidity that she, for one, I find it hard to believe that girl would be doing street drugs with her grades and her trajectory, getting ready to go to college, graduated early, was going to go to the college of her choice, was tickled shitless, couldn't wait to get there. I find it hard to believe she was doing street drugs and doing that, but okay, we'll pretend. We'll pretend. We'll boo boo all the facts, and we'll pretend. Okay, we'll pretend that a straight A student on her way to college that graduated 2 years early was out doing street drugs. Okay. And now what? She OD'd, so her friends go, let's put her in the water. Don't call the cops. And 400 kids agreed to keep a secret. And they all did. High school kids. They all kept a secret. They all did. They all agreed. They all kept a secret. Now think back for a minute when you were in high school and you're at a party. You're in high school. You're at a party. A girl you don't know ODs. And you're just going to automatically become part of a cover up. You're just going to volunteer to be involved in a felony cover up for a girl you don't even know. That's what you're going to do in high school. Or are you going to call the cops and say, hey, there's a girl here, we can't get her to wake up, she OD'd? Those kids CODs all the time. You don't get in trouble if your friend ODs. They don't arrest you because your friend OD'd. That's ridiculous. If they could prove you knowingly sold them drugs that you knew would kill them, then maybe. But they would have to prove you knew it would kill her before they could charge you with a voluntary manslaughter. Right? There's only been one case ever where a friend was charged with an OD, and it's because he knew the shit was bad when he sold it to him. And they were able to prove that. But if those kids weren't the ones that gave her the drugs, remember, we're pretending, we're going, na boo boo, no facts in. Okay? And we're pretending that a straight A student on her way to college is doing street drugs. None of those kids would have sold it to her, right? It would have been some older person from somewhere, probably. So why would the other kids not call 911? Hell, half of them probably have Narcan on them. I mean, you guys got to get a grip, man. That wouldn't be your natural reaction to put them in the water and take part in a felony versus picking up the phone and going, hey, this chick OD'd, we need an ambulance. 911. Says, Jagger Blue says the road leading to the water she was driving had, oh, fuck, here we go with this bullshit. Do I have to do this? Did you not watch the fucking cars going up and down that road? Doug from Adventures with Purpose flat out, cataclysmically, positively misspoke. That road is perfectly passable. Cars going up and down it all fucking day long. Front wheel drive, little cars, mini cars, Toyota Corollas, Jeeps, SUVs, minivans, up and down that road all day long. You can high side the ruts and just buzz right along. So I got to show them this. So I guess I'll show them this because they're just hard heads. Now, you guys, if I catch you going, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, you got to be willing to absorb the facts here. You can't, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. I mean, it's just ridiculous. All right. So let me pull this puppy up just to show
Most
you.
people don't like to hear facts.
Huh? Most
people don't like to hear facts.
I know. It's crazy. I don't get it, man. I don't understand why they just refuse. They just refuse. Okay. Let me enlarge this toy.
I couldn't even really tell nothing about that video.
All right, now I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna manually push this to where they're fixing to dive on the car. All right, this is the wrong one. Hold on. We got to get the other one. That's the wrong one. It's hard to see these little suckers anymore. Way StreamYard's changed it. It's a bitch to see. But let me find the right video.
You got a
There we
badass
go.
power strip, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know, of course, Crack Squad can't admit it. You know, it just eats them up inside. And, you know, they want to talk trash. Now, that sumbitch is badass. I don't mind saying it. I didn't build it for it not to be badass. That sumbitch will drag a sled like you wouldn't believe. It's every time I've entered it in the street stock class, I trophied multiple different fairs this year. And it did real well, man. I was pretty damn proud of the way it pulled. Them lockers do a hell of a job. Okay, now I'm going to pull this video along to get it to the spot we need so I can show you clowns about your road that's not passable. Got to get them on the right body of water. Here we go. Yep.
Are at her last known location. They said her cell phone stopped pinging right here at 12:33 a.m. on August 6th.
Okay. So they're leaving the boat launch, and there's this road that's so impassable, nobody can go back there, right? You got to have a 4-wheel drive truck, Doug said. Got to have a 4-wheel drive, he said, right? Didn't he? Isn't that what he said?
I think so.
I'm going to teach you guys something about YouTube and sensation and guys that brag a little. Okay, so what's that?
If something bad happens.
Was that not a Jeep sitting there?
Yeah, what happened to Kiely could be more severe.
And there was find our Jeep again so they can see the Jeep because they'll pretend it's not a real Jeep.
Here is in our target area as
kids. I see 1, 2, 3 cars. The car to the farthest right is an old elderly couple in their about 90s. And that's a goddamn Ford Fairmont. About a 1984 Ford Fairmont. Way down to the left down there, that's a minivan. Now watch that on the road that's impassable. The impassable road that needs a 4-wheel drive. And are those cars parked right by the water's edge? You think? Maybe? Huh?
Sure are.
As well.
But see, you got to explain this to them like babies because they'll reject it if you don't. They'll think it's a fake car, or they'll think you photoshopped the frame in, you know, and all that. They just won't accept that it's just a car sitting there.
Where
like just a car sitting there.
Are lots
of shadow right there.
Where are you at?
It's to I sent the coordinates to Carson, but we're
right. Now you see them trees way over there to your right? That's where Zanime put in at. Crack Squad. You see those pine trees and that little knoll right up there to your right? That's where that little picnic area was she walked to. It's on the completely opposite side of the lake.
It's the eastern part of the shore.
They're going to think that I turned the lake upside down using some kind of magical power granted to me by Ickadmel.
So we're going to head over here to the other side of the reservoir where there.
Now, what did he just say? Let's back that up. What are we going to do? What's he going to do? Crack Squad, what's he going to do?
Hey, Doug, definitely getting a solid cash shadow.
Where are you at?
And it's to, I sent the coordinates to Carson, but we're, shoot, is this the eastern part of the shore? I know. We're by the other boat ramp.
Oh, you mean there's two boat ramps? The one Zanime went in and the other one? There's two? Yeah. Then let's listen to what he's going to do, guys.
The one that you guys went towards, but the one at the top of the lake.
So we're going to head over here to the other side of the reservoir.
Did he say they was going to head over to the other side of the reservoir? He did, didn't he?
He sure did.
Where there are lots of drive lanes down.
They're still going to reject all this. They got their fingers in their ears going, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, I can't take it. No, 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 no. It has to be a conspiracy.
This is an ongoing
Now,
investigation.
what in the living fuck is that? Kids? Anybody got an explanation as to why a family would be there in a minivan blowing up a water toy and lighting a hibachi grill on this impassable four-wheel drive road?
That some bitch would bottom out if it tried.
You know? You see how Doug with Adventures with Purpose might have exaggerated just a little bit. Maybe. Right? Maybe? Because, I mean, that is a real minivan, isn't it? And those are like real people right there. And that's a real water toy. And that's a real hibachi grill he's getting ready to light. So how'd they get there? Did some helicopter bring them in? Or did they drive back there? Because they drove back there, right? On this impassable road that you need a four-wheel drive to get down. See, this is why I'm so damn aggravated with you guys, because I'm just watching this shit with common sense going, well, fuck, there's a car, there's a car, there's a car, there's a car. Well, the damn road must be passable. There's a lot of cars back there.
Investigation.
Yeah, see, they're walking. They're real people. They're not robots. They're not mannequins. They're not props. I didn't Photoshop the video.
Man, we're getting some funny imaging.
Man. So, Crack Squad, when are you going to let go of this? When are you going to let go? What's it going to take? See what we got here. It says, Billy smoked the old man's Malibu with his Fox body day, did he? Cool, dude. Well, you know, congratulations. Isn't that the first race Billy won with that damn thing? I'll bet the old man's mad. I'll bet he's mad. He's talking about our favorite channel, man. The street racing channel, The Old Man's Garage. Best show on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I watched it the other night. It's badass.
Yeah. Catch up with some of it, man, because I'm telling you, go way back. Go back 2 years, okay? On go to Old Man's Garage and go back a year and a half, okay? When he started his channel. See, they used to have just one channel, him and the son together, street racing channel, right? But then there was a little bit of friction with a girlfriend, so the old man just made his own channel, right?
Yeah.
And that's when it really took off because he's such a good narrator. But you'll see so much killer content. He tunes that S10. You see that thing just smoke some stuff, carry the front wheels through the finish line. I mean, front wheels off the ground going over the finish line. For real, man. I mean, it's a weapon. That thing's a weapon. Is there any way I can explain it? Okay, satellite footage of Hazmat leaping from the car. Oh. Nobody would have survived that rollover and going in that water. They would have perished right along with her. Okay, so let's go. Let's go ahead and go with this theory. Okay, so somebody jumped out of the car and they drove her and they put her in there. Why? What was the reason? What was the motive? Just to kill a kid and go home? Was that it? And why would all these other people work with them to help them cover it up? It just makes no sense, guys. Good God, man. Whew. And just think that all this crazy talk started with Ryan Upchurch's meth trip If Ryan Upchurch had never turned on his camera that day while he was tripping, none of these crackheads would be going down these rabbit holes. They'd just be going, oh, it's an accident. But when their leader spoke and cast his spell, poured his Kool-Aid out, and they drank it, they all went into a trance. It was conspiracy, Ryan say so. 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 And that's all they do is like walk around like zombies, telling everybody it was a conspiracy. It's like one of them's out in front of the mall right now going, conspiracy, Upchurch, conspiracy, Upchurch, conspiracy, Upchurch. And then his friends like smacking him upside the head, trying to get him to, you know, like skip like a stuck record. And he's going, and boom, it was a conspiracy, Upchurch, conspiracy, Upchurch. I mean, jeez. It's like, good grief, you guys. Come on, man. There's not that many people you can get together that'll help you go kill a kid. I just hate to tell you, man, those jobs are hard to fill. I mean, you got to interview a lot of people before you get somebody willing to go along with it.
Yeah.
Well, so what are you saying? Put it in private chat, dude, and let me see. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Because I heard this shit before, and I go and look at what the people said, and they sure as hell should have been kicked because they were being vulgar. So are you fucking pulling my leg again, or are you being for real? Because if I go look and it was just people being vulgar, dude, I'm going to boot your ass. So you better be fucking telling the truth. Ain't nobody gets kicked out of here unless they're saying vulgar shit or doxing people. You ain't allowed to do either of those here. Can't say vulgar shit, and you can't be doxing people. If you do that, you're going to get to boot. And that would happen on any podcast, not just here. I don't get that, man. You don't have to like everybody to be a mod. You can be a mod and not like somebody. That don't mean you're going to sit there waiting on their every comment and remove. I hope nobody's got that much energy. I don't know. I mean, not everything's a conspiracy, but I'll look. I can tell by who's kicked if the wrong people are getting kicked. Let's go see who's been kicked, and we'll get the real fucking story right quick. Because I'll bet you it's Crack Squad all the fucking way. The usual vulgar tenders. Well, you guys seem to forget. I remember the shit you say, and I remember what username says it. Pretty damn easy. Let's take a look and see who's got the bootski. Oh. Okay. Well, there's one I know would be vulgar. There's another one I know for sure would have been vulgar. IQ of 98. Yeah, that son bitch. He's just a complete fucking scumbag. Little twerp still lives with his mom. Thinks he's big, hiding behind his keyboard. Doesn't realize his mom's apartment's posted online. Ricky Lee. I don't know about him. Right. Stone Dad. Okay. Ah, man. I know. Yeah, that guy's a jerk. That guy's a jerk. That guy's a jerk. That guy's a jerk. Somebody using my fucking name. Jesus Christ. All right, man.
People got too much time on their hands.
Yeah. I don't see anybody I don't see anybody that would be like a neutral player. So you tell me who you think got booted for no reason. Give me a name so I can go see what they said. 'Cause I don't believe you. I don't believe these guys would do that. Don't quit my day job. Well, why would I do that? Why would I quit my day job? I mean, what's that got to do with doing a podcast? I don't get that. I'll bet you I got more done today at 10 o'clock than you'll do all fucking month. In fact, I'm certain of it. I got more done today than you'll get done all fucking month. I walk a mile and a half by 4:30 every morning. Little boy. Then I get kids off to school and take them to school after I fix them breakfast. You couldn't even get your ass out of bed for 11. Let's see. Let me run through my day today. So, got up before 4. I did get up a little bit late today. It was about 4:30. Took my mile and a half walk. Came back, laid on the tanning bed for about 20 minutes. Took a fucking shower. Got the kids up, fixed them breakfast. Took them to school. Stopped off at the Napa Auto Parts and grabbed an AC compressor for a Jeep Patriot. Brought that fucker home, put it on, set it on vacuum, came in the house, made a video, went back out to the fucking shop, and then charged it and put the Freon in it, jumped in it, drove it back down to the auction, grabbed another car, brought it back. It's going to need a fucking power window motor on the passenger right front door. Tore the door panel off of it, shot my ass back over to Advanced Auto Parts, got a window motor for it, and come back, ate me a little bit of lunch, and then I started to put the window motor in. And about 3:45, went and picked the kids up from school and came back, jumped on my Harley, took a ride for about 25 minutes, stopped at the store, brought home some steaks, threw them on the grill, ate some supper, took a shower, and fired off my podcast. What'd you do today? Not a
You just
fucking
mechanic
thing, I
for
bet. Not a fucking thing, I bet. And today was a slow day.
Do you mechanic for the auction or do you mechanic for yourself too?
I'm a mechanic for myself. I just do cars for them. They pay me to fix cars so they don't have any issues so they can get top dollar out.
Right.
Wholesale. I mean, I used to do retail, but it's easier to work for dealers because, you ain't got to be fucking around. People are fickle. Some people, you can't make some people happy no matter what you do. These guys, they don't question it. You fix it, they pay you, you get another one, you ain't got to fuck around. I don't get it either. Well, people want to get butthurt over something. I don't care. I can't help it. I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal myself, but they're just fucking crack squad twerps. I wouldn't let them little fucking twerps bother me none. They wouldn't get to me. I'd laugh at them like children. I mean, I don't see anybody that got kicked for no reason. So I don't know. You tell me. I see the same fucking people that are typically vulgar. I dumped a load in Will's mouth. Some was in his beard. Then I punched a streamy loaf in him. Oh, man, that poor guy. He worked so hard to be relevant. And, yeah, I'll have to talk to him. I don't know what the issue is. Nobody said nothing to me. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell what's happening. I guess I'll have to have a talk with some people and see what happened. I don't even know what happened. Well, fuck, I can. I've not seen that before, but I don't know. I don't know about that, kids. What are you curious about? Jordan says, I'm genuinely curious. I don't see your other comment. You'll have to tell me what. Hey, oh, come on. Who said that? I wouldn't let these little twerps get to you. Oh, is that right? Okay. I figured that wasn't the typical Brit. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and fix that now. Okay, well. Ba-boom. Okay. And all right. Everybody gets another shot. Don't, if I see a fucking vulgar comment from you, I'll fucking ban you for life. I don't want to hear no fucking whining. You're fucking vulgar. You will be kicked, and I'll be the one kicking you this time. And you won't ever come back. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Jesus fucking Christ, you're a moron. Man, you're dumb, dude. I suppose Garmin told a great big huge lie. They're part of the conspiracy. And Adventures with Purpose made a 30-minute video about it, and they're part of the conspiracy and lying when they said it's a beta one specially designed for them. And then Garmin lied when they backed that up. Because you know everything, Mr. Fisherman. There are some like that available, not like the one they have. God damn. Garmin themselves said that they were custom custom building it. How you doing?
I kicked myself out of the show. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought there was something odd going on with that. So we'll see. I don't know.
Well, that's a weird comment.
Yeah, that's not even. Yeah. I just go ahead and just completely eject that profile if you would. I don't know who's got her fucking picture and shit or something, whatever's going on, but something's going on with that. I'm not sure. I don't sound normal in me. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. We'll fix it. But right now, I don't sound normal to me. I know this guy's just clinging to this belief that he can run down to Walmart and get the same thing they've gotten, and the police should have found her, and there's no excuse for the police not finding her. Therefore, it's a conspiracy. Yet the police don't find people all the time. There was a guy that was 2 feet under the water in a city park pond for 13 years. The car was so shallow, boats hit the top of it and knocked dents in it. And the police searched the whole pond, they said. There you go. There you go.
There's a lot of people that go missing all the time.
I didn't say anything. I don't know. That's what people are saying. Fuck if I know. I don't know. You tell me. How would that happen? I'm the one that made people mods. I've never made some fucking crack squatter mod. So unless somebody converted, I don't know what to say. right?
What is a mod?
The people that
I'm
can
new to
kick
this.
people out. And it's like, what's the big deal? So you delete someone's comment, that's like some big fucking life accomplishment? I mean, I don't understand. What does it accomplish? It doesn't hurt the podcast one bit. Is it affecting my stream? No. So I don't know what you're accomplishing doing it. It seems like a hell of a lot of effort for a little bit of reward to me. But I guess, when it's children, that's the way children will be. They find pleasure in doing just meaningless little tasks, like playing with marbles and wood blocks and shit. I don't know. I mean, that wouldn't deleting comments unnecessarily out of a fucking comment section of a live stream wouldn't thrill me enough to apply the effort to do it. It just wouldn't thrill me enough to apply the effort. It would be like running all the way up a hill just to coast back down again. Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll see. Because, hey, some people get intoxicated and just lose it, I've seen that before. Buddy, I'm gonna tell you something. It is a son of a bitch. I I went and got a consultation because, okay, I kept going to the hospital feeling bad. I had missed extensive amounts of work for a year, like way more than I should have, because there's so many days I would get up and feel so fucking bad. And I was going to a local doctor. He completely misdiagnosed what was going on. So then he sends me to some specialist, and the specialist misdiagnosed me because I was having pain in my legs, felt like they were in a fucking vice, being squeezed, okay, and wouldn't go away. So this guy swears up and down I got spinal stenosis. So I go under the knife and get a triple fusion done on my spinal cord. And it didn't do a damn thing. It didn't fix anything. Had to wear a neck brace for 7 months. Well, at the last 3 months of wearing the neck brace, my decline accelerated like rapidly to the point where I was losing 5 pounds, 6 pounds a week, and weak as shit. Couldn't even make the drive home most of the days. So I took my 2-week vacation, went to University Hospital thinking, well, these fuckers will take one look at me and admit me, figure out what the hell's going on here. And I go there, sat in the emergency room for a while. Fucker comes out and gives me this condescending letter about not using the emergency room to get pain medication. I never even fucking asked him for any. It was like, I just want you to do some tests, figure out what the fuck's going on. So I left there, and 2 weeks later, I was just really fucking getting weak. I mean, we're like bad, where I couldn't even hardly walk. And so I went back again to the same hospital because I knew none of these these mid-sized town hospitals, they wouldn't be able to do nothing. I was going to have to get in the James Cancer Center one way or another. So I went back to the University Hospital, and the James Cancer Center is connected to it. And my wife found this. They did a couple tests yet. They thought it was a pulmonary issue. Gave me a prescription for that. Send me home. 2 more weeks go by, and I'm really fucked up. So go back again, and just my wife found this blood test that was out of whack. Now I had like maybe 200 different blood tests. I had a bone marrow biopsy, lymph node biopsy, a spinal fluid biopsy, and every other kind of test you can imagine, plus every blood test imaginable multiple times. And she sees this one test that keeps it's flagging it to be off, the way those charts read. So she questions this doctor about it, and he's like scratches his head and goes and leaves the room. And they're gone for about 15 minutes, and they come back and they got a cookie and some chocolate milk. And the nurse is like, man, we couldn't even get a reading on your blood sugar. So you got to eat this cookie right away. Now, I couldn't hardly keep food down. And that blood test my wife found what the issue. That's how they found out it was myeloma, which is it's a derivative of Hodgkin's, non-Hodgkin's bone marrow cancer. It starts in your bloodstream. And fuck, as soon as they put me on the medication, poof, I started feeling better like the next day. And you know, I suffered damage because I went so long without being diagnosed, it gave me neuropathy, okay, which is a side effect if you don't get to treatment soon enough for that shit, right? So I felt like that was their fault. So I went and got a consultation with a pretty upscale law firm. They wanted $25,000 retainer to start, and they said, nah, you'd never win it. And I said, why is that? And they said, well, because you've smoked dope in your life, you've smoked cigarettes in your life, you've done dangerous things in your life. So the jury or the defense is going to argue you put your own life at risk. Why is it their fault? You know what I mean? And I thought, I ain't going to waste my time with it. I ain't going to pay some lawyer half my goddamn 401k, you know, and then end up losing. So I just gave up on it. So yeah, good luck. I mean, as far as I know, it's a sumbitch. Because I thought my case was sealed and deal, you know. I thought I'd win hands down. Yeah, I believe one word that comes out of your mouth, Tennessee royalty. You're one of the dumbest adults I've ever ran across in my life, next to Will, next to Uncle Will. If someone said, who are the dumbest grown-ups you've ever come in contact with, one of them would be Will, and the next one would be you, and the third one would be Johnny Gobble. So you're actually above Johnny Gobble and the complete fucking moron. Small IQ, very narrow mind, gullible, you know, easily fooled, easily scammed, easily tricked, you know, because you're just small-minded. You believe in fairy tales. You believe in ghosts. You believe in invisible boogeymen. So you'd be easy to scam. I could like wait 6 months and probably set you up and scam you something terrible, because you'd just be easy pickings. Believe in these stupid fairy tales you believe in. And I mean fairy tales, like fairy tales. Like you'd have a better chance at proving Santa Claus was real than the shit you believe in. I'm not kidding. You ought to listen to his fairy tales. I mean, to hear him talk, you know, there were like UFOs that came and helped, you know, these probably helped, you know, buy the scuba bike, and then you know, Scooby-Doo and Thelma, you know, they waited on the shoreline, and then as soon as Santa Claus was done with his route, they borrowed his sleigh, and that's how they got out of there. You know, once they put the body in the water, they hijacked Santa's sleigh and just smacked them reindeer on the butt and flew right out of there. That's what he thinks happened. Ask him, he'll tell you. Yeah. That says, I've even commented to the turkey how he was shit on those who supported him when he was going through hell. But as soon as the crackheads played him, he shit on them. I was talking about, oh, okay. Great. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, no doubt. Ain't he a fucking failure? Yeah. I know, man. Hey, no. The winner of all the screen names in the world, the winner of the absolute most ignorant screen name is Stoned Dad. That's got to be the dumbest choice a human could make. You know, he just gives himself a screen name like that, completely oblivious to the fact that that child he made will one day be an adult. Will one day be an adult and look at that and go, the man who made me is a fucking moron. You know, I mean, yeah, you actually have a child that, and it's bad enough you're not paying any support. Okay, you're not doing anything to apply yourself towards this kid. This kid didn't do nothing wrong. It's not the kid's fault, right? You don't do anything. You don't help out. You don't apply yourself. You don't do nothing. And then the least you could do, Stone Dad, the least that you could do is let the child have some dignity and not have a moron for a father that would give himself a screen name, Stoned Dad. How fucking embarrassing for a child to have a father named Stoned Dad. Just Jesus. Just unbelievable, man. Selfish is what it is. Selfish. Kids at school pick on him for that shit. Your dad's Stone Dad? Your dad, you guys do dope at your house? That's what he'll hear in the 4th grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade. Because of you. Because of you. Because you're a moron. And Karma, did you guys hear that Karma came and parked in Stone Dad's driveway and took a big, huge, heaping dump right in his driveway. He seems Stone Dad went into Ryan Upchurch's Discord server, and there were some young girls in there, which I think is highly irresponsible. But Stone Dad quick changed his name to Ryan and used Ryan's icon and came back and tried to get these underage girls to send him nudes. And he got caught. He got caught. He's caught. So, yeah, karma came to town for Stone Dad. So we hear. This is what we hear. Okay. See, I'm wondering what was going on. So, yeah, you guys are probably... that didn't seem like her to me. That didn't seem like the normal her to me either. She could be drunk, too. Yeah, we can forgive her if she was just drunk and just being... You know how you get drunk and just do something stupid, you know? So we won't hold it against her or anything. But, yeah. Let me see. I can tell right away. I'll be able to tell because... We'll see if, oh yeah, we're in good shape. Yep, she was the issue for sure. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, guys, thanks for telling me that. Sorry I didn't believe you, but I'm new to this. Anyway, hey, you moderators that have been doing a good job, I want you guys to know something right now, okay? I want you to listen to me. I'm not one of these selfish motherfuckers like Zab Girl and some of these other dudes. As soon as YouTube gives me my analytic report for just these videos, the lives, I'm going to share the fucking revenue with you guys. Okay? Guys will get a percentage. So you can write that in stone. So I won't be one of them selfish twerps that keeps it all for myself and just says, thanks for helping. Really appreciate it. Well, no, you don't. Pay them. Then you'll appreciate it. Yeah, she blocked 3 of my accounts earlier. Oh, really? Oh, cool. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate you telling me that, guy. Can't all be good all the time. Unfortunately, I should have known something was up because when I put the tag in, I seen somebody delete it. And I thought, well, maybe they hit it by mistake. Well, then I look and I'm in the booted fucking list. I got booted from my own chat. Damn it. Anyway. That's pretty funny, man. You guys are killing me with this shit. What'd you say? It says, doesn't realize that the car looks like it's rolling. Oh, my God. Brandon, do you not think for a minute with the software knowledge that I have and the video editing software I have, you realize I'm running a 40-inch, 1 millisecond, super high resolution 8K monitor. You know that, right? I have fucking completely studied that video with the overlay, without the overlay. I turned the contrast up to the highest peak, and you can actually see the color of the fucking car. It's her car, and it barrel rolls right down that fucking steep ass bank. The one I just showed you. I just showed you the damn bank a minute ago. Oh, I got to do it again. Oh my God. Jesus. God. Hard edge. God damn. God. Inject the facts like crazy. Whew. How do you guys learn anything? What I want to know. Like, how do you learn? Like, okay, you don't know something, right? Okay. For example, you're going to build a brick patio. If someone tells you how to lay the brick, are you just going to like not believe them? Or I mean, I don't know how you guys function in life with your mindset. How does that work? Okay. Now, let's take a look at how fucking steep this fucking bank is. And then you tell me a car going down at a 45-degree angle and then jerk the wheel left wouldn't start flipping. For God's sakes, what's wrong with you guys, man? Look at how steep that motherfucking bank is. She came right down. She came right down where that fucking minivan's sitting. Only watch my cursor. She was going this way, like this.
Directly over it.
Going like this. Okay, right down that road. The car would have came right down at an angle like that. And then the minute she saw the water, she jerked the wheel. Then what would have happened? Flip. Out into the water it goes. Kids, you gotta let it go, man. It's not a conspiracy. There was no conspiracy. It was a tragic accident. It was the most likely thing to have happened. The normal thing to have happened. The same thing that happens to 17,000 drivers a year happened. The same thing that happened to 26 other people that Adventures with Purpose has found happened. That's what happened. An accident. Yeah, I know. Why is everybody stuck on stupid that the car had to go straight in the water? Why wouldn't it have followed the road she was on? I would think it followed the road she was on. And if it followed the road she was on, it came down that bank at a 45-degree angle. And you can clearly see that on that second video. You can see it pretty good on the first video. If you download that video and you put it in your video editor and you crank the contrast up as high as you can get it, you can see that damn car perfect almost. The second video, you can actually see the color of it almost. It's like I'm pretty sure you're seeing the color of it. I mean, you see the silverish blue looking color. Oh, yeah. Here's Brandon rejecting facts saying I'm full of shit. Okay, what part am I full of shit about? Spell it out, buddy. Let's hear it. Let's hear your fucked up theory. Your fucking fairy tale. The one Ryan, I suppose you're still clinging to Ryan Upchurch's hallucination. Because that's all it was just an absolute drug-induced hallucination grounded in pure fairy tale. 3 YouTubers. Jesus. 3 YouTubers go to California, go to a high school party, find a girl, put her in the water, and go back home. That's Ryan's theory, you know. Right? That's the theory you wanted to believe in. 3 YouTubers, just for whatever, you know, just cause, you know, something to do, got together, said, hey man, let's all meet out in California, see if we can find a high school party, and maybe, you know, see if there's a girl we can drown or something. Wouldn't that be cool? And they're like, oh hell yeah, man, I ain't drowned a kid in a long time, man. You know, I really miss doing that. Let's go out, man. Let's reminisce. Let's get together. Let's do that. Let's go drown a kid. Hell yeah. I mean, that's Ryan Upchurch's silly theory. So what the hell are you clinging to? Spaceman? Are you a flat earther? I bet he's a flat earther. I almost can say he's probably a flat earther. Are you a flat earther, dude? Tell the truth. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know there's guys were awful supportive, dear. Why would she have cut it to the right? That doesn't even make sense. She was approaching the lake on the right. If she would have cut it to the right, it would have steered towards the lake. She saw the lake and jerked the wheel to steer away from the lake. And the natural way to steer away from the lake would have been to her left, not to her right. If you're driving down the road, almost, okay, if you're driving down the road and to your right, there's a car coming at you that's going to hit you, would you steer to the right or the left? Why would she steer right when the water was on her right? That makes no sense. Your theories have to, you realize when you guys come up with these theories, they have to make sense, right? They can't not make sense. If you look at that road on the overhead map, you can clearly see the water is on her right. The trees are on her left. She's booking along, which looks to me to be 20, 25 mile an hour to me. Don't care about you guys' little stopwatch shit. I'm going on my 63 years on this planet of watching cars go down the road. Appears to me to be going 25-ish, 30-ish mile an hour. And the trees are on her left. The water's on her right. She's headed down that bank off tilter, 45 degree. And by the time her headlights reflected on water and she realized she wasn't on the exit road, she had about 1 millisecond to react. And her natural reaction would have been to steer away from the water, not into it. And when she steered away from the water, that loaded all the weight of the car on which side? The lowest side of the car. Right? So now the car's going to flip because it's naturally top heavy anyway. We can flip an SUV on flat level ground by jerking the wheel. So it just naturally rolled. Plus, the terrain would have probably gave away under the right side tires as she turned left. As the water started coming up on the car right there, it would have just sucked it right on down the bank. I mean, I just can't believe guys can't even like picture what happens to a car when it goes off the road. You know what's the number one thing of the flips SUVs is overcorrection. Someone's going down the road, tootling along, playing with their cell phone, checking to see the latest new conspiracy, and your right side tires drop off the road and you overcorrect to get back on the road and flip it. That's the number one thing that wrecks an SUV. Yeah, you guys go, it doesn't roll. Can't roll. SUVs won't roll because, they don't roll. What's this? Why do I need to zoom in on the rust on my cab? What's that got? What? I don't understand. What? Yeah, I'm aware the cab corners are rusting out again. It happens when you live in the northern states. Ain't a fucking thing you can do about it except fix it when it happens. What's your point? What's your fucking point? I don't get it.
I still think it's pretty clean the way it is.
I had it painted when did we get that painted? In 2000. I think we had it painted in like 2014 or 2016, somewhere around there. You guys need to understand something. That truck was worked. It pulled a fucking trailer all over the goddamn place. It didn't just sit there and fucking say prayers and look pretty. It was worked until I took it out of service and it made a hot rod out of it. But that truck was worked. I drove it in the rain, in the snow, in the salt, every motherfucking year since new. Oh, I just never seen people so dumb. So you really thought you had something there, huh? Why would I zoom in on the rusted out cat? Why would I do that? What would be the point of that? I don't understand. I really don't. Like, why would I do that? Just don't even make sense, dude. It's just weird. I mean, you guys are weird. I mean, you're just fucking weird. Watch, I'll show him a picture of the engine, and he'll refuse to believe that that's the engine. So then I'll have to go outside with a live camera and open the hood. But I'm going to show him the engine anyway. You understand that truck was completely cab off, frame off, bed off, full rotating assembly, fucking engine completely gone through, ceramic coated pistons, special ground camshaft, O-Dog aluminum fucking intake, banks, intercooler systems, intercooler pipes, Air Dog fucking lift pump, 275cc, 150 nozzle fucking injectors, PRI, outboard oil cooler, and fucking EGR delete, full 5-inch exhaust to the back, BD diesel high flow fucking manifolds on it with a stage 3 KC Whistler turbo. You realize that, right? With my own custom tunes in it that I wrote. Right? Are you a deny to the death type person because your life's shit, so you just find it impossible for somebody else's life not to be shit? Is that what it is? I'm right, ain't I? Your life is complete fucking shit. So it just kills you that everybody else's life ain't complete shit. And you had this straw to grasp onto, some rusty cab corners to prove that my life was just as shit as yours. Right? Is that what it's about? God damn. I couldn't imagine being that fucking pathetic and trying to waste the Earth's oxygen and bother people and stuff. Okay, now, what do you think of this queer boy? What's that? Hey, queer boy, come here. I'm talking to you, Mr. Zoom in on your rust on your cab corner. Because you live in a state where they salt the roads every year. What now? What's wrong? Here, let's find another one. Since he's such a twerp. I like fucking with twerps. You guys like fucking with twerps? I like fucking with twerps. What's going on right there, twerpy? Hey, twerp. Twerp. Hey. Rusty cab corners. What? is going on in that photograph? What's going on there, Twerp? Twerpy, jealous boy. Where'd you go? Come on. What, cat got your tongue? What's the matter? Your fucking pathetic life is just all fucked up? Is that what it is? Your pathetic life? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This can't be. What's that? Hey, twerp. What's that? What's going on right there? What is that? Can't be. Can't be. Could it be? Is that all fucking new engine with all aluminum parts on it? Sleeves independent and some studs ready to go to put some aluminum fucking heads on. Is that what that is? Could it be? Think so? Is that what it is? Huh? I mean, do we got to keep going or are you fucking done? Dumbass. They are. They're just babies. I mean, can you imagine something so dumb? You're going to zoom in on the rust on your cab corner. But what would that have done? I mean, what would you feel better if I did that or something? Would you like sleep better or I don't understand. What I don't understand. Just it's so hard for me. I try to figure out what it would be like to live with that mindset like that, where you're like just judgmental and skeptical of any fucking thing, anybody's got and just fucking just bitter. And I just can't imagine being that way. I don't know what it would do for you other than just make you miserable all the time. Are you like walking around just feeling like shit all the time? You just feel like doing nothing. You just fucking hate life. I mean, I just figure that's got to be it, man. Well, if you're wanting fucking somebody that would absolutely be worried to death that I didn't zoom in on a rust spot. What? Weird. I just weird. That truck will probably end up having 3 or 4 sets of cab corners in it in its lifetime. You won't find any trouble anywhere else. That's where the goddamn rust gathers, right there, the fucking salt. You can't do a fucking thing about it, buddy. Nothing. Other than replace them. And I ain't replacing them till they got holes in them. Then I'll replace them. She says, I'm not the one that said, oh, yeah, poor Uncle Will. Does anybody know, did his battery experiment work? Or was it a big, huge waste of time? Because what was he going to do? Put a battery underwater with a headlight hooked to it? And that was going to prove what? Because I'll argue there's no way that you could prove anything doing that because you don't know if you're creating the similar conditions or not. That Honda CRV doesn't have a sealed beam headlight. It's got that would have a halogen 90 or it would have a halogen 9025. Yep, be a 9025 or an H7 halogen bulb. And it's a sealed beam bulb, not a sealed beam lamp. So it would probably last longer than a lamp underwater. The reason the headlights went out wasn't because the headlight shorted. It was because the ELDL shut everything down. That's why everything went out at once. Buick Encore. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure about that. I'll tell you guys something. Working in the automotive business, there's only a few cars out there that I could tell you to stay away from. The rest of them are so close in technology that I can say with complete confidence, no matter what you buy, it's probably going to run fine to about 130,000 miles before you have any trouble with it. So you just buy something you like, man. Just pick something out that you like and drive it. I mean, neither manufacturer has some technology that the other one don't. In other words, Ford doesn't have some secret that Chevy don't have, and vice versa, right? And there's a service department behind every fucking dealer where there's vehicles broke down getting fixed. So you're just kidding yourself if you think one brand's going to be more reliable than the other. It's just not true. It's just not true. Some of the Japanese cars tend to go a little bit higher mileage than the American cars, but not a lot more. I've seen Chevy Cavaliers with 300,000 miles on them running fine. I had a customer that was his job was to deliver new campers to dealers. So, like, say, Winnebago make a pull behind camper, and there's a Winnebago dealer in Indiana. This guy's job was to pull that camper to that dealer to put on his lot. And he did that 24/7, 7 days a week. Him and his wife, they lived out of the truck and hotel rooms, and they pulled them campers for the manufacturers to the dealers. And that fucking Power Stroke had 800,000 miles on it. Running fucking strong. But it was taken care of, man. That dude serviced that thing religiously. He never let the exhaust temps get too high and all that shit. And it finally started smoking really bad, and he had to replace the bottom end. But it went 800,000 miles, man. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. And I've seen an F-150 with 500,000 miles on it running strong. And I've seen Chevy S10, 400,000 miles on it running good. So it just depends. It varies. One ain't no better than the other. So in Uncle Will's mind, he believed he was doing it right. So what did it do? Did it just go out? Short out? What? Did the battery have a full charge and all that shit? I mean, it was pointless because the Honda CR-V's got an ELDL, so none of that matters. And he'll be another one that will just refuse to believe it has an ELDL. He'll just reject it. He'll stick his fingers in his ear and go, nanny, 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 and just, not want to hear it. When he's got Google right in front of him and he could Google it and see that I'm not the only one saying that. Oh, okay, let's go find it. Oh, man, this is bad. Should I do this? Oh, let's see. Here goes the headlight test underwater. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, now let's see. Hold on. Let me put it up here. This ain't even right. Okay, here we go. Turn the sound on. Here you go. So is he going to put the battery underwater too? Because if you don't put the battery underwater, it's pointless. The battery went underwater the same time the headlights did, right?
Yeah.
He ain't going to put the battery in the water, is he? He's that dumb, isn't he? Oh, well, fuck. That's it. It's pointless now. He's not going to put the battery in the water. So what in the hell could it possibly prove? Jesus Christ, I would say it would stay on. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't stay on. A battery run underwater? What the fuck is he talking about? Water's conductive, you moron. Holy shit. I don't need to hear him fucking talk, man. Let's see him put this fucking thing in the water. What did that prove? Oh my God. Okay. Oh, hold on. I just wanted to see what it was before I showed you guys here. Hold on. I wanted to make sure there wasn't something on there I didn't want to see or we didn't want on the stream. Fuckers will try to play games with you and set you up.
If you could see,
All
the
right,
rest of it is
he's not going to put
the
the
rest of
battery
it's
in.
just open. So we're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna let a couple people get in, and I want that headlight to be hot because simple fact is we know that light was hot. What's going on, y'all? And I appreciate everybody coming in. So, and now this salt water.
We don't need to hear him talk. Let's get him.
All right, let's feet deep.
Okay. No, it don't
Everybody
prove
ready?
nothing just sticking that
All right, let's
bulb
try.
underwater.
Let's see what
Will
it's
you
gonna
got to
do.
put the fucking battery in the water too?
Let's see. Now,
you're
y'all
gonna
keep in mind now
at
this
least
salt water is
simulate a car
lot
in the
darker
water because everything's underwater, not just the light.
than
You
regular
moron.
water. And this headlight is out of a 2013 Nissan. It is not out of a. It is not out of a Honda.
What would it matter?
But we're gonna.
Fucking headlight
I'm gonna try
bulbs
to
are
do
the
it without
same.
dry. It's in the water right now, but there it's fully submerged under
See,
the
that
water.
don't prove a goddamn thing.
I've actually got. It's trying to float back up. I didn't put enough weight on it.
It don't prove nothing, dude. Holy Jesus Christ. Yeah. Whatever, Will. You're a fucking idiot. Dude, you know how many flashlights there are that'll shine underwater? That doesn't prove anything. You got to put everything underwater. If the car goes in the water, Will, everything goes in the water. And you ain't going to tell me water don't conduct electricity, you dipshit. You can't put a battery underwater. What the hell's the matter with you? That's why he didn't put the battery in the water, because he knows that fucker would fry. Jesus Christ. If that was the case, cars that went in the water would sit on the bottom with the headlights on for hours until the battery went dead. That's crazy. I can't believe he did that. I'll tell you what I ought to do. I got some batteries out here. I ought to put a battery in water tomorrow just to make him look stupid. Should I do that? Because I promise you put that battery in water, that fucker will probably start boiling. I mean, it'd probably start boiling the water instantly. It'd be like putting a toaster in your bathtub. Put the battery in water. I can't believe he said that the battery would be fine in water. He's so dumb. He doesn't know that water conducts electricity. Yeah. Oh, does he put the battery in the water in a cooler? Let me go see. Oh, man. So everybody bitched at him because he didn't put the battery in water. So then he put the battery in water. Let's see this. Let me put it up there. God damn, I can't stand to hear him talk. He says, look at him. He ain't took a bath all week, you guys. That fucker ain't took a bath all week. I can't stand to hear him talk because he's too stupid. It puts me in a bad mood to listen to somebody really, really dumb. I don't see where he's doing the battery. Well, because you're too stupid to know the car's got an ELDL. That's why. That's why everything shut off instantly. And you're just a big retard. You know, Will, that ain't a 1973 El Camino. It's 2013 Honda CRV with computers and electronics. And when it goes underwater, completely submerged, the ELDL is going to unload, or there'd be all kind of fireworks taking place. Computers fucking frying and electric window motors frying and you name it. You can't submerge electricity in water and it be okay, Will. You can't put electricity in water and it be okay, Will. You can't. Now, you can put a sealed headlight where the bulb is sealed in the headlight, and that would stay on like a flashlight would. But you put that fucking battery down in that water and watch what happens. Dumbass. I guess I'll do that tomorrow. I'll put a battery in water. Yeah, I can't believe he doesn't think that a battery wouldn't short out in water when water is a 100% conductor, meaning it's the most dense like conductor you can get next to copper. Yeah, that's why electricity and water don't mix. What is it? Twisted Tennessee is correct. Seeing it with my own eyes. What did you see? Motivated says he remembers one time he was changing the battery in my Jeep. I touched the metal brace on the fender and it actually welded. Yeah, absolutely. You put that battery in water and it will start welding. You'll see it'll start boiling the water. If I've seen them blow up. I've actually seen the batteries explode in cars that went in water. And that's another reason why Honda developed the LDL, to do away with all that shit, because they were having issues with them cars catching on fire. If the alternator went bad and overcharged the battery, it was causing them wires to melt and catch on fire. So that's why they put that ELDL on there. And man, as soon as that thing detects a load higher than 30 amps, it disconnects. And there goes everything. Everything will shut off at once. And that's clearly what we see on the video. Just shuts off like a light switch, everything. He should jump in the water and scrub his stanky butt while he's holding the battery. I agree. Heat the water up. That would heat the water up for him. Man, you can just see that, you know, he's not took a bath. You can tell. Oh, for God's sakes. You think this is the only computer I got, little boy? And you don't think this monitor's 4K? I got an 8K monitor out in the garage, buddy. And there's another one right there in a fucking box. I love these little twerps. I love fucking with these little twerps. Hey, you little twerp. Hey, twerp. Get your hand off your pecker. What do you think's in that box? What do you think's in that box, little boy? That's another 8K monitor, buddy. And this monitor right here is 4K, which is plenty good enough. But the one out in the garage is 8K because I'm always looking at wiring diagrams on it. how did your life get so pathetic that you worry about what someone else owns? How'd your life get that way? How'd it get so bad that you invest time and effort in what someone else owns? What happened to you? Why don't you put time and effort in your own life, in your own things? Worry about your own problems. Do your own podcast. Have your own opinions. Try it sometime. You might grow up and be a man and be able to move out of your mom's house. Just think, you could actually move out and be on your own if you just learn to think for yourself and worry about your own possessions and not everybody else's, and quit running around through life all jealous and shit. It's not good for you, dude. Hey, how's it going, man? We got a bunch of tools there on your tailgate, looks like. Cool looking little icon. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Yeah. Isn't it funny, waitress, how it just eats him alive? Yeah. It just eats him alive. It's not okay. It's not okay, monitor. That's not okay. There's 7 computers in this house, dude, and 3 web servers. I'll have you know. And that's an 8K TV on the wall as well. And the 75-inch one in the other room, it is 8K too. It's only 2 weeks old. And then the 65-inch TV in the garage, that's 4K. It's just one of the old rotten 4K ones. Crappy old 4K. You know, it's just not up to your standards. Can you believe that fucker lost sleep over my rust spot? Isn't that pathetic? Says, I still have Motivate says, I still have an old Sony tube TV. We play Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo through it in the garage. It brings back nostalgia. Hey, that would. I got to tell you, I had, when I got divorced, you know, of course, I got out of that marriage with a damn garbage bag with some clothes in it because just spiteful shit went on. But anyway, I went and bought a Sony 32-inch. At that time would have been considered a pretty big TV, but it was a big tube TV, big bulky fucking thing, you know. And, you know, the years went by and ended up getting the first one of the early flat panels that came out. So I gave that TV to a friend of mine. And that would have been, Jesus, I want to think 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. And, you know, I was over at his house early this year, and that fucker still has that, and he's still watching it. That big, bulky ass tube TV that I gave him. And it still has a pretty good picture on it, amazingly. And they do the same thing. They play games and shit on it all the time. Sounds like your mic went to shit, dude. I'm not sure what happened. It's like a little staticky sound. When you talk, it's like a CB radio underwater. And how we doing?
Hey.
How you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah.
I was a little bit busy earlier when we were talking about Stone Dad.
Yeah.
I just think that it's weird that the guy can't pay child support, but he sits in front of the computer for 4 to 6 hours a day streaming
Right.
to 8 or 9 people
Yeah.
and
About other
can't get a
people.
job.
Right. And he does it. He streams about other people.
Yeah.
I never had that luxury. Okay.
Mm.
When I got divorced, my ex was full of spite. Okay. Just full of spite. And I had to go in the hospital to get a minor surgery done but it still had me out of commission for like 18 days, right? Healing. And so I was missed like 11 days of work. Okay.
Hmm.
So of course there was no child support withholding to take out, right? Because it wasn't there for a full 7 days and 3 more days. Okay.
Hmm.
So the next week, of course, it would resume as normal. She drugged me to court over that shit. I mean, just
No shit.
I'd never had no luxury. And well, here's what I found out. Once you comply, you're a fucking easy target. And
Yeah.
they'll just thumb the shit right out of you. But if you're like Stone Dad and you just never comply at all, they'll just
Yeah.
give up. They'll just finally just give up.
Well, and money is not what makes a dad. It's being a part of their life that makes a dad. And I remember seeing his girl in the chat, and she was like, he's never been a part of his kid's
Yeah.
life.
Well, here's the thing that Stone Dad, that a reality that's going to bite Stone Dad in the ass, because I know somebody that's dealing with it right now. That arrearage is never going to go away, Stone Dad. Child support is never in a million years going to forgive that money. Okay.
Mhm.
They're going to stack 2% interest on it every year. And then when you seemingly have your life together, let's say you're 40, you meet some girl, you're madly in love, you want to get married, and you want to buy a house. And you go to draw up a bank loan, guess what's going to jump up and bite you in your ass? That child support you owe.
Yeah.
And when you finally do go get a job, they're going to garnish the shit right out of your wages. They're going to take what you owe plus another 2/3 to get you caught up on the arrearage. So you are not doing yourself any favors by avoiding that. You might as well just comply and pay it. And you'll get so used to paying it, you won't miss it.
How can he call himself a dad if he isn't involved?
Right.
Like, that's what I don't understand. Stone Dad, that's his whole shtick.
Yeah,
and he's
so
not
immature.
even a dad. Like, not really. Like, what? You got some girl pregnant and now you're calling yourself a dad? That's not how that works.
A stoned one of all things, too.
Yeah.
What would ever possess you to pick that name? I don't.
God knows.
I just don't know. It just makes no sense at all.
I just had to get on here and say that because I was just like so irritated with the whole situation. That kid just sitting on here and like, I don't know, like, go get a job, pay your child support, be a part of your child's life.
Yeah, I got to give,
better.
hey, you mods, I'm reading that message you just sent me now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Twisted, and you guys, I'm going to give you guys this direct line phone number that's only used for this podcast. So the next time that shit goes on with like Brittany, you can just call me. That way it'll get my attention because I didn't see the messages you sent me. Hey, how we doing?
Hey, what's up?
Not much,
Hey.
man. What you got? What is that? Like working on a truck? You on your tailgate there? Looks like you got tools and stuff there you're working on.
Oh yeah, my avatar.
Oh yeah.
I'm a truck mechanic.
Okay, that's what it looks like. Yeah, tools.
I was just calling to check on your homie there. I think he was snoring a little too loud, man. You done put him to sleep.
Yeah, I heard something going on there, and it sounded like he was breathing funny. And so maybe he did fall asleep.
He's been snoring for 20 fucking minutes.
Is that what it is I'm hearing? Is it snoring? Maybe it is.
Yes, he's snoring, dude. You might want to check on him. Wake him up.
I wonder what we could do to wake him up. Like let off a big bang. Did it? Hello? Oh, don't think
Hello,
we probably
hello.
snoozing. I've done that, sitting at the damn computer before, especially if I've been up real late or something. I could do that easily. Fall asleep sitting in the chair. It would be easy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you talking about Ryan? Well, it's good, I suppose, but it's not, because Crack Squad's still out here believing in his wild theory. So I don't know. Rejecting facts.
I was confused about the mod thing earlier. What was going on with that? Who was that person?
Who's that?
Who was the Brit person that was pretending?
Yeah, she might be drunk, or somebody else is using her account.
That's what I was
which
wondering.
I've seen happen.
And then somebody
before.
else said it was Trina, which I know that wasn't Trina.
I don't understand. That's a lot of effort just to delete people's comments. I mean,
Yeah.
the reward is awful small.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, be one thing, if it was a big deal, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty small reward for the effort.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wish he would have. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of untouched land in this country, ain't there, dude? People think it's getting overpopulated. Yeah, you're out of your mind. Go out west. You'll feel small and insignificant. Go to Yellowstone and go through Montana and Wyoming, down through the Rocky Mountains and shit, man. There's so much open land. I don't know how you'd ever fill it all. There's a Badlands National Park, which is really cool. That's where all the Western movies were shot. Whenever you see a Western movie, chances are it was shot in Badlands
That's really
National
cool.
Park. That's, like in Western movies where you see like the rock formations and the big rocks look like stalagmites and stuff. Yeah, that's where it's at.
I loved Westerns growing up.
There's little prairie dogs, and man, my wife and we had an autistic foster kid with us, and my wife, they were just absolutely flipping over those little prairie dogs. Them little dudes they'd pop their head up out of the hole and look at you, and you could like throw them a breadcrumb, and they'd grab it real quick. They'd shoot down in a hole, and then 10 feet over to the left, they'd pop up out of a different hole. And they're just cool, man. Little dudes. We just had a blast watching them, man.
Yeah,
they're like a little. They're to have like a mixture between a cat and a dog. Yeah, they're like, they have a face like a dog, and they kind of want attention like a dog, but then they're real sneaky and agile like a cat.
I've only seen them at my local zoo. Like, we don't have those naturally around here.
Yeah, you go out in Badlands, are everywhere. You stop your car. You can drive in the park anywhere and stop your car and just be quiet for a while, and the little dudes will come popping up out of the ground looking for a snack, because tourists feed them, and there's they can give them breadcrumbs or little pieces of corn, shit like that.
They're ready.
Oh yeah, they're waiting on it, man. There's one of these tourists are going to feed us. Little dudes are cool, and they the way they got all them little tunnels, and it's so funny to watch them like pop up over here and disappear, and then pop up over there, and they're like playing with you, And my wife stood there for the longest time, then one popped up just like 6 inches from her feet. Oh shit!
That's cute.
It is. We did have a good time. That autistic kid we had with us, he just cackled.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, we used to have a lot of chipmunks out around here, and they've just kind of disappeared. It's so weird.
Yeah. But
you used to see them everywhere.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, it's getting late enough. I got to cut it off. It's a weeknight. We'll stay later on a weekend, but
all right. Appreciate what you do, Babel.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on. I really do. Thank you much. And hey, Crack Squad, go watch that video, that car rolling in that water again, and throw away this garbage you're holding on to. Watch that girl drive her own car in the water and have a tragic accident and die. You know, right there. That's what happened, man. There was no
Yeah.
conspiracy. There wasn't no cover up. Just
No.
plain old accident. Good night, everybody.
Good night.